And then once I'm live, it lets me like share to the correct group. That is setting up. Okay. And then it says more like this, blah, blah, blah. Save video, blah, 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 copy link, transfer video. And then I wonder, I was able to do this last time, how to like share it to a group. But it doesn't look like it's live yet. Okay, and I can then hear myself in the past. Okay, so I'm going to mute that. Copy link, and then I'll go to the group. Okay. Here's the group. We're going to copy the link. There's the link. We're posting. Okay. All right. That looks like it's happening. And now I wanted to try to also, yes, got it. Wanted to try to also, okay, so it doesn't let you stream to Facebook and YouTube. So now I know that. Because I don't want to stop the live stream. I'll have to do it later. Okay. All right, so let me see who I have singing today. Okay, it looks like Juliana's going to go first, and then Kate, and then if Nat can make it, she'll sing, and then Danielle, I don't know if she's coming, so that means that I have a couple of spots for people to sing. So I know, Evelyn, you had said you wanted to, oh, Nat is here. Okay, I didn't see you. So you may sing if you like, and then we'll see what time we have left if someone else wants to sing. Typically, I feel like 4 or 5 is the limit before it starts feeling like, wow, this is long. It's only so much we can sit in a voice lesson. But, okay, so tell me in the chat, how is everyone? What are you celebrating? Did you hit a vocal milestone? What are you looking for? What are you looking to celebrate? Let's talk about it. I'm going to lead everyone through a little warm up. I know Juliana has to go, so I won't spend too much time on that. But what are we celebrating? I know we're not really celebrating. It's 9/11 today. So if anybody also wants to say anything about that, I would be, you're welcome to do so at this time. It's always like, it's not like an official day, but it's definitely an official day. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to even do this, but then people were like, yeah, I think it's fine. So yeah, so we're celebrating. We are grateful. We're open to some crazy new ideas. Anyone want to say anything before we start? Otherwise, I will start with a warm up. Hi there. Okay. All right, so I'm celebrating a new song release Friday, Kate. Awesome. Tell us, can unmute and tell us about that.
I have a new children's song out. It's called Jill O'Lantern.
Okay.
Animated video on YouTube, and I just checked. I'm up to 5,098 views on YouTube, so I'm celebrating.
Okay, link it in the chat if you want to, and then people can go check it out.
Sure.
That's great. We love a new song. I'm working on a new song. I just got mix 1 back. So I have to take all my notes. And then we'll go to mix 2, and then we'll fix it. And then we'll go to mix 3, and then hopefully we'll be done. Jill O'Lantern. I love it. I love it. Okay. Anyone else want to share anything? Or you can keep sharing, honestly, if we start. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a warm-up. So my warm-ups for people are super tailored to what their voice responds to, but there is some stuff that they all share. So number one is we want to come from a place of good posture, right? So we want to have, if we're sitting, we want shoulders over hips. If we're standing, we want shoulders over hips over feet. And then if you're sitting, just like, I'm going to sit because I'm going to play. But usually when I'm singing in a lesson situation, I do like to stand, because most of the time when we're singing in performance, we are standing, with some exceptions for staging or dramatic moment. But, oh, I have a sleeping Jason here, so I'm just going to observe. Okay, cool, yeah. But you can come back Thursday and sing. So I'm going to give just quick notes on like who to start when and doing what. We're going to stay muted, but I'll call on someone to lead it live with me if anyone wants to. So anyways, posture. Shoulders over hips over feet. Then the number 2 thing, which is probably like the foundation of singing, if anyone has taken lessons with me or talks to me in the supermarket, they know I feel this strongly about it, is that belly breath. Now, people like are up in arms about how to talk about this, because if I call it a belly breath, it's like a little bit deceptive, right? Because there is no air in your physical stomach, right? That's where the food goes. There's not air that we put there. And if there is, you burp it out. So, but when we breathe, we want to expand low in the belly, like a little Santa Claus Buddha moment. And so our breath is not diverted up this way. And it's like, I don't want to call that a wrong breath, because it's not wrong, because you have breathed and that's good. But the most helpful breath is going to be that calm, easy breath that kind of comes lower. So you can think about filling your lungs from the bottom up. If there's anything that's happening in the voice, the first thing you want to check is the breath. Are you giving a nice breath? Are you releasing the air easily? Are you forcing air out? Are you holding it back too much? There's so much that can be done with breath work. So that's always the number 1 thing that we check. But if you're not in a good posture, the breath that you're taking is not going to really be used the best. And number 3 is going to be things related to like mouth position. So vowel shape, lifting inside when you need to, opening up your mouth when you need to, shaping your mouth to make the vowels clean, things like that. And they can all help the tone. So let's start. I'm going to start at C. So for ladies or female identifying people, this should be pretty comfortable. For guys, this should be a little comfortable, but if you're a tenor, it's going to be on the low side. So you may want to wait until like the 3rd one to come in, or maybe even the 4th or 5th. Just like, it should be the middle. We want the middle, and we always want to work this way. We want to work like that, because we don't want to start. A lot of people, when they do group warm-up, start at the very bottom and go to the very top. That's not how I like to do it. So we're going to go here, and let's just do ooh, just an easy fall. I like all the first warm-ups to be descending. So does anyone want to sing on this one? Anybody want to sing? Okay, I'll lead the first warm-up, but then we'll have someone take over or lead the second one. So just easy. We're gonna be up straight, and we're gonna breathe into the belly, and we're gonna go ooh. I'm gonna move it up a half step. Ooh. Ooh. And so in this, I stop and talk sometimes. In these warm-ups, I don't want you to sound good, right? I don't want you to do, I felt myself starting to do it like, I'm streaming live and I'm the voice teacher, I should probably sound good. No, we're not going to do that. I'm going to call myself out. We want to release all of these sounds that you are going to make today have to be released. So sometimes some bad, gross, weird sounds will fly out of there, and that's fine. That's what a warm-up is for. So here I go with some real singing. Yes, and up. Ooh. is if you want to open to an ah here, ooh, it's not comfortable, you can do that. Or you can use your ooh lips, but make a really big space behind it. Ooh, like that. Let's keep going. Ooh, I think, here's someone unmuted. Okay. Okay. Sorry, here we go. Make a big space. Drop out when you want to, when it's not comfortable. Let's go one more. That's it for the first one. Big breath every time. Last one here. Good. All right. So I would like to not sing the next one because I feel myself holding back my operatic things from coming forward because I want to be relatable and I don't want to do that. So the next one will be, let's do, Nat, you want to try leading us? I would love, no? Oh, you should totally do it. No one has to be good. These are warm-ups, right? Like this is for us to get all the cobwebs out of the voice. Yes, but it's a nice, it's easy, silly, but it's how we're going to stretch the muscles inside because these are like partially involuntary muscles, right? They're like muscles that you can't just move on their own. You have to do something to cause them to move. And then there are other muscles at play that we're not even really aware of until you like study the anatomy of the voice. So, you know, so we keep it silly and fun. What?
I will.
You will? Okay, let's give it a try. Let's do a silly one, okay? Let's do busy, 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 busy bee. I like busy bee because the buzzes give us this kind of like forward resonance in the sinuses. So let's start this a little low. So if this is low for you, women should be fine. Guys or male presenting voices will find this low unless you're like a bass baritone. So let's try this. Busy, 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 busy bee. Give it a try. Ready? Excellent. Good. And I'm going to just put it out. Big breath.
I have no voice, so I'm amateur, just saying. So my excuse is I'm not a singer.
That's okay. There is not anything required, but you just matched it beautifully. So let's try it again. Ready? Busy, 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 busy bee. Go for it. Good. And big breath, same thing. I'm trying not to play at the same time because if I play, it'll cut you off. So I'm just trying to hit the chord and then you can do it. Yeah. Ready? Yeah. Sing a little louder if you can, or closer to the mic, or closer to the camera. Yeah. There it is.
Busy, busy. When I sing loud and it's no.
That's okay. No, you're doing so good.
Busy, 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 busy.
Very good. Yes.
Busy, 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 busy.
Right. This is good. This is all good.
Busy, 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 busy.
You're awesome for even just doing this.
You are just great.
So this one, right?
At all. I feel so safe.
If you feel silly, well, you should feel silly. It's silly what we're doing. But if you feel like stuck anywhere, think about the way that you speak to like puppies or babies. Like, oh, hello, you know, like this. Busy, 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 busy. It'll give you that lift that you want. Yeah? Try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
We're all doing it too. Yeah, because these are closed things that we're doing. There's not like open vowels, but we can make a lot of space inside, right? So busy, 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 busy bee. Let's just do like 3 more like that. Yes, good. You have it. Kate says phlegmy. Yeah, I'm so phlegmy all the time. I totally get it. So, but the best thing to do if you have a little patience for phlegm is actually just vocalize, because it's like the chords move like this, right? And the phlegm sits right there. And so what happens is if we clear our throat, we're going like bah, bah, bah with our throat, and then it'll push the phlegm up, see, like here, but then you'll stop doing it and it'll fall back down. So if you, that's what the ENT says. But if you sing, it's a gentle vibration all the way up, and it'll kind of vibrate it away enough for you to sing. So I totally get that. So if you can hang in and just do the warm up, see if it makes a difference. It may actually at first make you more phlegmy because we're buzzing around in the sinuses, which is going to shake some things loose and it's going to start coming down. Sorry to like talk about phlegm, but it's very important when we're singing to talk about phlegm. She's okay. Yeah, we have a tiny kitten roaming the house right now. So when we can't find her, sometimes we get really like nervous. Diamond, where are you? I think she's fine. She's probably in our room, actually. She's not in here. I didn't see her come in. Okay, so Nat, let's go again. Busy, 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 busy bee. And we'll take it down. Yeah, and it's just this is not the sound we're going to use in the songs usually, right? These warm-ups, they're just to stretch the vocal muscles a little at a time so that they're loose and, limber when we, I don't know what the word is, agile when we need them. Okay, taking it down. Yeah. So good. Every pitch you've matched. Mm-hmm.
I can't go deeper.
Busy. Yeah, we're so high. It's coming down just like a teeny bit at a time. So we're only going to get back to where we started. Go for it. Busy, 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 busy bee. Yes, good. You got it. Mm-hmm. Yep, and now we're coming back into like our speech land. That's your speech land. That's okay. That's some people's speech land. You're right. Busy, 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 busy. Maybe it's the pleasant day kind of speech land. Go there. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I'm doing it.
You're doing exactly right.
I'm just doing.
You're doing. That's exactly right. Yep, we got 3 more. Good, 2 more, good. Yeah, now we're in real speech land. Yes! Okay, claps for Nat. Give her good love for a non-singer. That was very gutsy and also very accurate. You have a good ear. So that's a really good start, because then whatever sound you want to do, we can just open up. But you get to the point where it feels like your voice is like flying out and you're like, oh no, but that's actually right. We want it to be free. We don't want it to be like extra manicured and too careful. So that was great. Sherry, you're raising your hand, or is it Cherie? Because I've never met you in real life. You're raising your hand. Does that mean you want to lead the next warm up? Oh, clapping. Oh, sorry. This and this look the same to me. Okay. Awesome. Clapping. Yes. Great. Okay. So let's do one more. And then I know Juliana's going to sing. And then Juliana, what do you need more warm up, or you're good to go? You're probably good to go.
I'm okay.
Okay. So then let's do one more. So that one was like an up and down. So we're using these 5 notes. Then I like to move out of that. But I first like to jump up and down. So what can we do? Usually I'll go like me, oh, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1. Me, oh. Anyone want to lead this? Jacob, do you wanna sing? They should hear what's going on there. Debbie says she'll sing, but that could be the next one.
Hey, Steph. I was just here to sit in and
Okay.
to listen. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so we'll have Debbie take over. Yes, and then we'll go into the songs. I'm very excited about some of these songs. Okay, so Debbie, ready? Me, oh,
Me, oh, me, oh.
yeah. I would favor the hootie for this.
Me, oh,
Yep.
me, oh, me, oh.
Yep. I want them to hear your high voice. Good. I like how Debbie's really giving me an O vowel. Remember, it doesn't have to be like tense. It's just a little pucker, like, oh, I'm so surprised. An easy, nice tongue and jaw. Yep, you can all sing along where you're muted. I'm going to bring us a little up higher. Breath and swoop. Yeah, we worked really hard to get that. Good, big breath. Very good. Last one. Awesome. And so, ladies or female presenting voices will have sort of a transition on the way down. Are you okay? She's okay. Okay, maybe after Juliana sings, we'll take a small break. But so anyway, you'll start to feel a shift where your voice will turn in a way that will remind you more of your speech voice or regular speech voice. So like Debbie did a really, really beautiful job of smoothing that out, but some of you might feel that, so I just wanted to address it. Me, oh, and kind of into that voice. That's fine. Totally normal. There's going to be almost like a C level where that will happen for you. And then the exercise will come down past that C level, and you might have to sing on both sides of that. And that's part of our journey in balancing our voice, is navigating that. So that's another thing Debbie has worked very hard for, and she's done a really wonderful job. So claps. And so that brought us to a high A, and that's the high note that we're about to hear. So I wanted to make sure Juliana got that if she needed it. And from there, I would typically do something that brings us down. I'm not going to do it now. So we would do like, oh, and use that speech stuff and stretch all the way down in a comfortable, light way. Then I would start incorporating speech back into those upper sounds that we made and mix everything together. That's something that we will do more of later in the month, like the last with my members group. We're going to go through a full warm up, and basically just to like arm us to be able to warm up ourselves when we're not in lessons. You know, a lot of you will record our warm ups and then do them, which is what I do when I take lessons too. Because who wants to think when it's like time to sing? You just like forget. I forget how to warm up, and I go, wait, don't I do this every day? So that's good, but we'll have our warm-ups that will help us be independent. So we want to stretch down always so it's comfortable. It's not about winning, right? It's not about pushing the range. It's not about stretching the muscle past where it wants to go. So we'll come to where it feels comfortable and we're still making an easy pitch, and then we'll stop. And then if that expands, cool. And if it doesn't, also cool. Okay. So let's turn it over to Juliana, who's going to sing a lovely song, right? Oh, Naomi's here, yay. Okay, you can unmute and go. Thank you, everyone who sang. Okay, Juliana sang last month too, but she has college musical theater auditions coming up, so I'm shoving her back in the front so we can get all of our pieces out, and then honestly, like, you'll have performed them, and then you'll feel like, you know, a tiny bit better. So you're gonna sing your other piece for us today, right? Okay, I'm excited. Take it away.
Tra-la, it's May, the lusty month of May, that lovely month where everyone goes blissfully astray. Tra-la, it's here, that shocking time of year, when tons of wicked little thoughts merrily appear. It's May, the month of great dismay, when all the world is brimming with fun, wholesome or it's mad, it's gay, a libelous display. Tra-la-la, those dreary balls where everyone takes, everyone breaks, everyone makes divine mistakes. The lusty month of May.
Right, I muted. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so that's the cut, right?
Yeah,
Is that the cut we're using?
I don't know.
Okay. We probably can get away with a little bit more, but we'll work that out.
Yeah, that's a
okay.
bit long.
How are you? I know you're looking at lyrics, that's fine. Where are you in that process of remembering them?
I'm like a little iffy on the lyrics.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just wanting to know so I don't ask you to do something that's like I won't ask you to like do this because you have to hold this.
Right.
So I would just like, though, like, look at the lyrics and just get a general sense, right? Because I want to make sure you're really aligned in this regal posture, because Guinevere is royalty and she would not know how to do anything else, right? We'll sing it for the queen, you know? And then I want you to do the thing I know you do, right? Which is like start to really embody the character, because in doing that, it's going to set that top even more free. So if you feel I know this is way in process. We're just going to play and see how much we can get right now. So, and then when you go, like, I want you to just really enjoy that. Like, the hills are alive. you know, you're so excited for this, even though she's very stiff upper lip about it. She's like, go forth and multiply, you know, and you're gonna rue this day later, but it'll be fun, you know. So let's give them that, because it's funny that you're singing about this, right? So let's try it. Try one more time. We have a little time to work on it, because it's a short. It's a long song, but we're only doing this much.
Yeah.
Oh, joyous. Long neck.
Tra-la, it's May, the lusty month of May, that lovely month where everyone goes blissfully astray. Tra-la, it's here, that shocking time of year, when tons of wicked little thoughts merrily appear. It's May, the month of great dismay, when all the world is brimming with fun. Wholesome or it's mad, it's gay, a libelous display. Tra-la-la, those dreary bells where everyone takes, everyone breaks, everyone makes divine mistakes.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna give you really good. Okay, I know we're gonna take this far when we know it a little bit better too, just character wise, but I want to give you a little hack, if you will, for the very end. Okay. Okay, so the lofty is good. You can be thinking awe if you want to there. That was very nice though. But we do the soprano thing where it's like, oh, we did the high note and I'm done. But we're not done. So wherever the breath is. So a couple of things you could do, and I want to try the pulse way. Sorry to use that word. So we're going to go, month of May, like maybe 5. Yeah. So can we just do that little ending? And then that tra-la-la is a side note or sidebar, right? Blissfully explain, tra-la-la, you're singing to your own little jam. So don't make it part of the monologue. It's a break off moment, but you'll, let's do that somewhere in the very end. Everyone takes, everyone breaks.
Those dreary bells where everyone takes, everyone breaks, everyone makes divine mistakes. The lusty month of May. See how you had so much more strength in there, yeah? So now let's go again with accompaniment. And then instead of doing the pulse, unless you just want to do the pulse again, you can. But eventually, instead of doing the pulse, you just want to think the pulse. May, but you're going to be holding it through. And
So
then give
the
me
whole cut or just the end?
just the end. And then you could also think of like a tiny crescendo, almost like undetectable. Sorry to use that word. Oh gosh. Okay. Never mind. In jokes. You can go in, but how would we even know, right? Let's go from here.
It's me, the last one
I'm lost.
Fun.
it's mad, it's gay, a libelous display. Tra-la-la, those dreary
Yes.
balls where everyone takes, everyone breaks, everyone makes divine mistakes.
Yes. Pulse. That was stronger, yeah? Good. So I know it's too early really to be in that process, but But that's where we're going to see. So beautiful. And did you see how much freer the A was? Because you weren't thinking about that. We were thinking about what happens after. So it was just so ringy and easy. That's where we're going with it. And we'll get there quickly because we have to do this soon. But that's what I would do. Any kind of like time you want to hold the Broadway long note, as we say, you can think of. I think the crescendo was too much. I think that was too much for me to say to do. So if we're gonna do that, we would instead of going louder than you were, like start softer than you were, and then get to where you were. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so instead of like may, it's like may. Because then if it goes too far past it, it's going to lose control of that legato thing that you had. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get the pulses going. We'll get the breath. Seems good. How do you feel about that?
Good.
The placement of it, yeah. And then we'll just imbue it with all the comedy, and then that will be great. Does anyone else want to share any ideas or compliments? We like compliments. Any actors have any ideas? Lovely voice, yes.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, we're gonna knock this out. It's going to be beautiful. This is like the crunch time where we're just like learning it and getting it really in the body, because it has to be in the mind first and then the body. You're so good at singing, Ahona.
Thank you.
She's seen you many other times too. But, and she'll be in Rock Band eventually too, which is fun.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the soaring is like the vocal part, but it's going to soar more the more we can release into the comedy, which is cool. And then, but the breath sounds good. Yeah, the physicality you'll get into there once it's getting there. It's already getting there. So yeah, do you have any questions or anything else you want to go over? Okay. And then so our next work would be singing the belt into this soprano moment. So, all right, so that is great. I usually will take a break after the second singer, but I think I want to take it now because I want to find our kitten. So I know you have to go, so that's fine. And then everybody, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we will come back. And who's going to sing next? Let's see. Kate. Let's have Kate sing. I'll let you see her when we find her. So yeah, let's take a 5-minute break. We'll be back around 1:48. Okay, be back. And I'm going to mute. Oh, we have found the kitten. Oh, this is Diamond, everybody. Oh, she's making a cameo. She likes to, we're coming live from my studio today, my little office. And she likes to, because her playpen was in here, so she was allowed to run around in this room before anyone else or anywhere else. And she likes to take a seat in my drawers underneath my chaise. And I think that's where she was, because we were calling her name and then she emerged from the office. So, so that's the story, I guess. And Daddy's can breathe again.
Steph, she's so cute.
He's so cute, I know. We have a 1-year-old Jules, and she was getting I feel like lonely because we leave, sometimes for hours, and then she kind of sits around and looks outside, and we were like, we should get her like a friend. And we were just kind of like throwing around the idea, but like not seriously. And then this little bugger was found in a storm drain outside my husband's job. I have a picture of it. And so they rescued her and brought her to the shelter. And then Joe was like, I hesitate to tell you what happened at work today. And then I was like, what? And I'm like, what's wrong? And he showed me her little picture. She was like the size of my hand. And so he's like, so I guess, are we going to go meet her this weekend? And I'm like, yeah, we are. And then they moved her to a different rescue to like make room or something. So we had to track her down there. But we did. We found the kitty, Kate. And they named her Diamond, and it was kind of meant to be because our cat's name is Jules.
Oh, that's cool.
Diamond and Julesy. So she's just being sleepy. That's all. She likes to sit underneath in the drawers or next to the drawers and just like watch the music. It's really cute. Yeah, she's okay. We're okay. We're okay. Okay, Kate. You ready to take it away? Coming back early.
So this is a song that's on my children's CD that was released 5 years ago. And through the pandemic, I haven't been really singing. And then live shows started up again. And I'm having a really hard time getting back to my belt, getting back to the solid mix. So into the bridge, and in the bridge there are these two notes that I really like to deliver in a solid mix or belt, and I've had to just go into head voice because it cracks.
Okay. Thank you for showing. Honestly, that takes a bit of courage to bring into a masterclass, so I applaud you for that. That's exactly what I wanted. So let's see if we can really help you get that back, because it is like it's like muscle stretching, right? We just
it's like it just hasn't worked for I haven't used it for 2 years, and then suddenly I have to use it again. And it really frustrated because I'll sing through my exercise, like I did a half-hour warm-up before we even started, and the warm-up sounded fine, and then I sang the song and it's still cracking like crazy. And then I'm getting, like you said, phlegmier and phlegmier as I sing, because it's loosening up and draining the sinuses. And so I'll go ahead and start at the beginning. There's like 2 verses and then this bridge.
Okay.
And I'll stop after that.
Sure. No, you can sing the whole song.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
sing the whole thing.
Sometimes I get up on the sad side, the wrong side, feels bad inside. Sometimes I get up on the sad side, the wrong side of the bed. I like to get up on the happy side, the right side, feels good inside. I like to get up on the happy side, the right side of the bed. Sometimes I get up on the mean side, I'm mad inside. Sometimes I get up on the mean side, the wrong side of the bed. I like to get up on the nice side, the right side, feels light inside. I like to get up on the nice side, the right side of the bed. Sometimes I stay up too late, or maybe it's what I ate that gave me bad dreams all night. Now it is a brand new day. I can feel any way I choose. Sometimes I get up on the grumpy side, the wrong side. I'm tired inside. Sometimes I get up on the grumpy side, the wrong side of the bed. I like to get up on the silly side, the right side. I laugh inside. I like to get up on the silly side, the right side of the bed. Sometimes I watch scary shows, even though I know I could have bad dreams all night now. It is a brand new day. I can feel any way I choose. Sometimes I get up on the sad side, the wrong side, feels bad inside. Sometimes I get up on the sad side, the wrong side of the bed. I like to get up on the happy side, the right side, feels good inside. I like to get up on the happy side, the right side of the bed. If I should get up on the wrong side, whether the right or the left side, I'll go back and get up the happy side, the right side of the bed, the right side of the bed. So that's the right side of the bed. So my low notes are also very weak and shaky. They used to be really strong. So I just need to build my muscles. You're on mute. Stephanie, you're muted.
Sorry, the air conditioner's on, so while you're singing, I wanted to shut it off. No, but Diamond loved it. She just was like this. She like put her head down. She loved it. I love that song too. That's a great. You're doing such good work to like teach kids about emotional intelligence. So that's amazing. So yeah, that it's quite a rangy song from the low E flat.
Why did I write such a rangy song? I ask myself all the time.
So you have where is the recording of this? Was it on like YouTube that I could hear it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Just the right side of the bed. Auntie Kate is my AUNTIEKAYTE, and it's called The Right Side of the Bed.
Auntie Kate.
You love the vibrato. I hate the vibrato.
I love it. Honestly, when you da 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 da, I love that sound. So you should not be afraid. I mean, don't be ashamed to use that. It's a gorgeous sound. But I understand.
It's retraining my brain to go there instead of where I've always gone, which is more to that belty, more of a pop mix note on that.
Okay.
I can go to the head voice. I can sing the whole thing in head voice, but it's not. Doesn't really feel natural that way.
Okay, let me hear the difference. And so when you were doing it, when you were coming up into the belt, it felt free and fun and good?
When I sang like through the second bridge and I just went to the high instead of
I mean on the recording, when you did the recording.
I don't remember.
Okay, let's see.
You know, I might have sung it high.
I get up on the sad side, the wrong side, feels bad inside. Sometimes I get up on the sad side, the wrong side of the bed.
Okay, now I'm gonna go forward.
Right, I give me bad dreams all night. Now it is a brand new day. I can feel any way I choose.
Okay. I got it. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So let's go through.
Anyway, I'm not worried about it. It's the now.
Oh, no. I can feel anyway.
Right. It's the some and now, which is that same note.
Ah, okay. I thought you said that. Something. I love that.
I have a
Okay.
really hard time with.
All right.
The top part's no problem.
Yeah.
That middle part.
And you know what? That's the bane of our voice, right? Is that right in that place where it tips over into the beginning of the head voice. The beginning of the head voice is the weakest part of the voice. So we have a choice to really develop it and use it as I was just talking to Ahona about this because all of my teen girls are going through that voice change where they're airy in there. And we work to get it to really focus in the head voice, or we can mix in the speech in the chest voice. So, okay, let me take you through.
So I really wanted to get a good mix on that some and now.
We'll totally get that. Okay, so let me take you through just a little bit of an exercise. So let's do, and everyone else can sing this too, because this would have been my next warm up in this series anyway. And let's do oh ah. So oh ah with a tiny bit of H, but not like a ha. Oh ah.
Oh, ah.
Lovely, so good.
Oh, ah.
Richness, yeah.
Oh, ah.
Lovely.
Oh, ah. Oh, ah.
Yeah. And then think of it almost like a a little bit of a like a like woe is me. Let's go there.
Oh, ah.
Yeah, so it's free, but still gonna make the projection in an easy way.
Oh, ah.
Beautiful.
Oh, ah.
Okay, that's the one. So can you do like, oh, sometimes I get off on the wrong side, and come in from there?
Oh, sometimes I get up on the sad side.
Yeah. Does that help?
Oh, sometimes I get up on the.
Because you really phonated on the note, and that note is yours. A lot of times I won't take people down there because they just go, but
Yeah, I've got that basement.
you own that, yeah. So it's like about the
It's a terrible note to sing with kids because kids don't have that note.
Yeah, they can, yeah, ba, 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 ba. Maybe, I don't know. I got hired once for a gig because the song started on that note and they didn't know anybody else who could do it. It was a terrible key of you raise me up when I am down. I'm like, who is this for? Anyway, sidebar. So okay, so it's like yeah, whoa, huh. You make that kind of speech sound, and then that's your phonation on that. Sometimes I get like the saw. Sometimes
I get really pitchy on those notes too, which drives me crazy.
I didn't hear pitches. So one more, just give me that beginning again. So breathe and just think that, and then saw. Sometimes
I get up on the sad side.
I love that.
Get up on the sad side, the wrong side.
Yeah,
Sad side, the wrong
the trick is to heave ho out of it, right? Because we don't want to get stuck down there either.
I get up on the sad side.
You know that song, poor baby. You know that song, like 76 trombones led the big parade with 110. Da, da, da. It's that kind of forward motion out of it. Right. Sometimes I get off on the wrong side, the yum before the parade passes by, like that.
What kind of a song it is, a marching
band song. So that's gonna help you get into the next thing too. And honestly, a good song teaches the audience. I now know the song, which is great. Okay, now I have to listen to that part though.
Sometimes I stay up too late, or maybe it's what I ate that gave me bad dreams all night.
Yeah, I want to hear it. Wait.
About 49 seconds is where the bridge comes in.
Okay, so then let's do okay, so then let's do the upward version of that kind of exercise, which would be okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Hey there. Okay.
Hey there.
And get a little, it's such a good, you're such a warm, beautiful sound. But give me a little like used car salesman radio announcer, like, hey there. Yeah, come down to the car parking,
Hey there.
Yeah.
Hey there.
And go, hey, that really enjoyed it.
Hey there. Hey there.
And you're so excited to say it.
Hey there.
Yes.
Hey there.
One more.
Hey there.
That's a beautiful mix. So sometimes I now we like the ah vowel, yeah.
Sometimes I stay up.
Yeah, some is good for that, or a little bit ah. It depends on how much you want to belt. Because like like it just depends on the color that you want.
I want it to be less show tuney and more belty, or you know.
Okay, then a little more vertical. Okay, yeah, go there.
Sometimes I stay up. I can't remember the melody of my song.
I probably gave it to you wrong.
Sometimes I stay up.
I might have given it to you wrong.
Yeah, it might not be.
Let's see.
Feels right inside. I like to get up on the nice side, the right side of the bed. Sometimes I stay up too late.
There it is.
Maybe it's what I
Okay, go for that.
Sometimes I stay up too late, or maybe it's what I ate. That gave me bad dreams all night. Now, that's the crack.
Okay.
No.
Well, the thing is, when you sang it in the exercise just now, it didn't do that. So, give me this. No, just whoa.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Can you make it? So there are certain notes that I do.
Close.
I know. So when I go into certain like belt moments, because belt is like new for me, relatively speaking, because I've been classically training for 20 years, is like I have to tell myself that I'm not singing. I have to go, hey, right? And then I can go, hey, whatever I need to do. So just say for me, now.
Yeah,
that's super easy. Right? So when you get there, now start it as if just tell yourself you're not singing at all.
Now.
Mm-hmm. And hold it. And
no.
Don't press it. Don't press it.
Part of it being on that long note on that weak spot.
I don't think it's a weak spot. I think it's a tricky spot, but I don't. Yeah. Because it's like, because it wants to do, it's almost like confused. But the thing is, if it's confused, then like you can't make your voice do, we shouldn't make our voice do anything, but we can leave the tools for it to do the thing we want it to do and not leave the tools for the thing we don't want it to do. So right now I feel like it has the tools for both things. So it's like, oh, which one? So, okay, I have two ideas. One is the way where we go in and we sing it as if like you just tell yourself you're going to talk it. Da da da, what I ate, da 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 dum. Now, ya da 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 da, and like you just say nah. Like I tricked myself into speaking it.
Now it is a brand new day.
Yeah.
Now it is a brand new day.
And can you hold it?
Now it is a brand new day.
Right. And the trick is to really get it on the N of now, right? We want to pitch. Mm-hmm. Because that's something people don't realize is the pitch of your consonant will help or hurt you, right? So oh my God, it's falling down. It's falling down. Okay.
It also doesn't help that there's like the phlegm in between the chords. It's not letting them connect.
That is true. Yeah. That's true. It's hard because it's the onset. So that N can actually also help you because it gives you a second to phonate before you have to open to the vowel. So it'll get the phlegm to kind of move aside. No, if it's on the pitch or like, yeah, it could be like just
no.
No.
then I feel it. I'm getting fuzzy and
Okay. And do you definitely feel it's phlegm?
It is phlegm.
Okay.
I mean, it's also phlegm. It's not only phlegm, but it's also phlegm.
What's the other piece?
Right now, it's phlegm.
Just the transition area.
It's the lack of connection. It's like I can feel the chords, the folds just aren't meeting the way that they should.
Okay.
Like the muscles aren't trained enough.
Okay. So what I would suggest for this is, do you ever do like straw phonation or like lip buzz?
Yes.
Okay.
And also, the one thing that seems to help is like just doing vocal fry, just
Yes.
on the words to try and connect on that note, on that word.
That's a technique we use. I could, Ahona could tell you. We use the fry. If you went, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I'll do that a few times, but it's like I can't do it. Like, okay, I just sang it in the, and I'm usually marching while I'm singing this song, so that adds to the.
yeah.
I've got a little bunch of kids following me around while I'm marching.
So okay, what would happen though? I understand what you mean. So I would spend some time. Use the fry. If you can also use the I don't think you need this, but you can use the pant, like ha, like to get it lifted there. I would put that in a straw. Like I always have my straw here. Sorry, honey. Like it'll give you a little bit of that air resistance, to make the chords close. And then training it that way should be able to bring it back. I mean, if it were me, like I always try to get checked every year or so with the scope just to make sure that that's like there's not anything else underlying. Yeah. Because I have had a vocal injury in the past. I'm not saying that's what you have, because mine was like I've lost a whole bunch more of my voice. But like a bad bronchitis and an autoimmune disease will do things to you. So, it never hurts to get it checked, but I would definitely work the straw, work the lip buzz, work the talking without singing, because it's a trick. Because when you talk, your chords close fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you don't really hold long notes on a talk. So that's
True.
So I can get the talk at the beginning, but then it fizzles. Okay.
That could be a technical thing. Okay, so let's do the thing that Juliana did, where we go. What's the word now? What? Da, 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 da. Now on the right side.
Now it is a brand new day.
Okay, so now it is a brand new day. To go there, try that.
Nah, I can't get anything now.
That's okay. Yeah, I got it.
No.
I got it. Yeah, okay, I got it. So then this isn't happy for you. Okay. What if we went like, now, wow, it is a brand new day. Try that.
Now, wow, it is a brand new day.
That was happy for you, yeah. She likes to eat my hair. Okay.
Ow.
Maybe it's time to go
It's
down.
like at this point, my voice just wants to go into head voice. It's like I don't want to play that game.
Okay, but that is an issue. It does really sound beautiful, but I mean, I think working towards closure is always a good exercise for us. So what I'm gonna say is, okay, you need to go down. Okay, baby. Okay, that was fun. That was a nice nap. So let's check back in, right? Let's do some straw and some other stuff, and I want to see if there's a way, because the thing is, if you can get the onset, I feel like the onset is usually the hard part, right? If you can get the onset, then we can really use the breath to keep the closure going. Because then when you went now, wow, it gave your breath an extra thing to keep doing, because once we start holding a note, we send the message to our body that it's like, my breath is done working. Because think about the word hold a note is like, it's not what happens, right? You don't hold. Like hold it means I hold this.
You release it for a long time.
Yeah, you keep making it and making it and making it. So
maintain a note.
yeah, so to keep reminding our bodies to keep working. There's one more trick I have for you that I would like to try, and then I don't want to make you do it a million times. But your voice is so beautiful. So you go sometimes da, 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 da. The sum is good or not as good?
Not always.
Okay, so it's the same note.
It's the same note. It's sometimes.
Can we do something that really helped me? Is I'm gonna take an imaginary marker and I'm gonna be like that toddler scribbling on the walls. Okay. Sometimes I stay up too late or whatever. Go from that whole section and hold it in time. Yeah.
Sometimes I stay up too late.
Scribble.
Sometimes I stay up too late.
Go crazy.
Or maybe it's what I ate.
Scribble.
That gave me bad dreams all night. Now it is a brand new day. I can feel any way I choose.
Okay, give me feedback on that.
I mean, the sum is more solid. The now is still
a little, because is more exposing. Yeah. Okay. So in your practice, I would say let's do the semi-occlusion, the straw, and the lip buzz. All that stuff.
Semi-occlusion means?
It means so semi-occlusion is the thing that blocks your mouth. But only semi-occlusion, because if it blocks all the way, you can't sing. So you can do it with the straw. You can do it with the lip buzz. You can use the straw to make bubbles in some water. You know, anything that puts a little bit of pressure. You can go like, you can't do it too hard or you can't sing. But anything that kind of will make your air press on it a little will work to bring the chords together. There's the energy level for it too. We have to have that energy. It seems like that's fine. You have to have enough air, which that also seems fine. So the scribble was another way of having motion, and then that'll speak to your breath to keep moving. You can use like saw wow wam times now wow wow just to keep giving yourself a new thing to do, which really is what we're doing when we're holding a note. It's always a new thing to do every second, which is a really good lesson for everybody who wants to sing long notes. I've heard people like when they come and they go and I say, what are your goals? They say they want to be able to hold notes for a long time. And so that's a lot of breath work, but it is also training your breath to like keep moving. And sometimes, like, if there is some, like a phlegm issue, it has to keep moving more than normal. So, but you can train that up. And then I might even just like, if it were me, I get checked once a year regardless. So it might be good to just check it and have someone like know where your baseline is. Yeah. Because sometimes, you know, also if it's phlegm that's like persistent, it could be a little bit irritating and you could have a little bit of irritation there. And then the thing to do would be not to keep singing it over and over again. So you'll know like if the best thing is to rest, if the best thing is to keep strengthening.
Well, and I also live in Southern California and we've been having a heat wave and we've got this horrible air quality. And if I'm singing at an outdoor event with horrible air quality, it's not great.
For sure.
For a 3-hour set.
Right. All of those things totally affect. So I know, I get what you're saying, and it sounds attainable. It's just like not a quick fix necessarily. If there is,
I need to exercise the muscles.
But I would also get it checked and just make sure that is the right thing. Right. Because I once had a student I actually love, but she came in with a very I don't even know what to like call, because it wasn't hoarse and it wasn't, I guess it was raspy. it was, but it like wasn't, it was not making a pitch all the time. And I was like, okay, I need you to get checked to make sure if voice lessons are like the right thing. And it turns out she had a little bit of a lazy vocal cord. And so the voice training was the best thing because she just needed to work it. And we did get to a nice spot with it. But if it was something where it's like you have a weakness in your cord because you had bronchitis and it's swollen, okay, now we can sing, but we don't want to be like training aggressively. So
and I did have like last year, some thyroid issues that affected all of my muscles. And I've been working really hard on all of my muscles to get them back. And it didn't occur to me really that, I just have to work just as hard to get those muscles back as I did to get my legs and my arms and everything else back.
A lot of sense. So mine happened when I was kind of recovering slowly from upper respiratory things, and I had to get off of a medicine and my whole body seized up. And so it was like this like withdrawal thing. And as soon as that happened, I had trouble with closure. And it turns out that I had like a stiffness in the vocal muscle. So that took, I think what really happened is I got on the next drug and it started to work. But that's what it is, like to get to like kind of reset the body in all ways. That does count. It definitely, that makes a lot of sense. So let's do that. Let's do some of that work, get checked, and then feel free to check back with me and we can go over it again if you want to. Yeah. So, because sometimes, I mean, technique is, sometimes things are a quicker fix than others. And if this is a long-term thing, then, that's just, we all have these things that we work on. But I think you're doing amazing.
The universe cooperates and I do all the right things and I sound great, and other days just not everything works out.
Knowing as much about why will be our defense, right? Like it'll be like, okay, well, this thing is happening, but at least I know that's what happens and I know this is what I do about it. If you were saying I don't get closure in my head voice, then I'd be like, oh, okay, we need to check that out. But if you're saying you get nice closure in the head voice, it's just when you go into the mix. Like I feel like
I get closure above and below. I just in break spots.
Yeah, it is a break spot, kind of. Yeah, it's a transition. I don't want to call it a break. It's like a negative word, right? It's a transition.
Yeah.
It's a passaggio. So yeah. All right. So great work. Your voice is so good. Your songs are awesome. Like I love all of this. We're going to definitely check out your new thing. And we'll keep going, but check back with me in like maybe like a month, see how it goes and see if you feel like getting checked, it, can't hurt. But yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah. Really good. I love that. Okay. Okay. So can we go on to Nat? You want to sing today a song? Yes, thank you, Kate. We are so fans of Aunt Kate now. Like I'm gonna subscribe to you right now, actually.
I sang already.
Subscribe. Auntie Kate, yes. Okay. Did you want to sing a song? No? Oh, I thought you wanted to sing a song.
And the warm-up was just the right thing for me.
That was what you wanted to do. Okay.
I didn't prepare no song, nothing, so.
Oh, okay. So then maybe what we'll do is I want to keep going. Ahona, are you in a spot where you could sing? Or Debbie, I would love for them to hear the new thing. I already texted my brother the link to your video YouTube because I don't. Oh, yay. Okay. Okay. Eventually, Debbie, I would love for them to hear, on a clear day in the new key. Do you feel like doing that today or no? I can't hear you.
I could do it, but am I playing my own music? Is that how it's working?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't send you the new key. That's a very good point. Right? Because I didn't send it to you. You could do it another time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, anyone else feel like singing? I might prepare a Spanish song for next time. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I don't want to end too early, especially since we had a break. But all right, so instead of that, does anybody want to like talk about something? Does anyone have questions for me? Sherry, you can also sing if you want to. Anyone on this call can sing. I just feel bad because I didn't prepare anyone for it.
I have another question.
Sure.
I have a weird little quirk that I've asked vocal coaches about before, and they couldn't hear it. It took me like with a microscope analyzing to figure out what the problem was.
Okay.
And that is that I don't always end the tone and the breath at the same time, like on an open vowel. And it sounds sloppy because I would listen back to my recordings and I'm like, why do other people's songs sound so clean and mine sounds sloppy? And it's the fact that my tone and my breath don't end together, which is
okay.
weird.
So the offset, yeah. Do you find that the pitch drops because of it? Like, how do you know that's what it is?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago I did the analysis.
Okay.
Where I really listened to it and then, and so I try, when I think of it, I try to practice specifically, okay, end the tone with breath. Stop the breath when the tone stops.
The thing is,
like,
though,
if the breath continues when you stop the tone, then it's like there's a little bit of tone left over in there that doesn't belong.
And then that tone is not the same quality as the rest that was supported.
Something like that.
Just for like a split second. Yeah. Okay. So I do this for, sometimes I have like the theater girls and they like to do something on the last note. They'll be like Broadway show, and they'll like add a thing. And so what I'll do is I'll give them more music to sing at the end after the thing is done, just as an exercise. Like I'll be like, Broadway show, I said show, like something else to do, right? And then I'll be like, okay, see how you didn't do the thing when you didn't think you were done, which means that's not natural for you. You did a thing, which I don't want you to do a thing. I want you to sing natural, right? So in that way, if you're practicing your phrases and you want to make sure that every moment of it is supported, I would give yourself an extra thing, or like even a higher thing. Like if you go like the wrong side of the bed, like just an extra little, not to add to the song, just in practice.
You're practicing.
So that you train it so that when you're done with that, you're not done and your body's still looking alive at what's next, even though you're done. That's one thing. The other thing is to pitch the consonants, even if they're unpitched. Just in your mind, pitch them like that side of the bed.
But it's not usually on the consonants, it's on the vowel. So if I'm
So you offset it out. Okay. Another thing that works for me is like when we cut off, that's another terrible term, right? Cut off. When we release, right? We release the sound off. So what tends to happen is either like this or like something happens because it's like done. We have to cut it off. So what I do instead is I breathe in on a vowel. If it's a vowel, if it's a consonant, I just pitch the consonant, or even put a shadow vowel for practice. So like, let's say, I'm trying to think of like something that ends in a vowel. Okay, this is dumb. If I go, quando me nuovo, I just breathe in. And then I'm not letting my air go because the air is coming in. And I can't make a pitch when the air is coming in.
Okay. That's
right?
a good trick to try.
Do you have an example of do you have an example of when that happens?
I'm trying to remember what I was working on when it really came to my attention. It might have been one of my lullabies.
Like
off the top of my head.
wizard and I, like, you know, I immediately, you know, like you don't want to cut it off with your throat, like finish the vowel, like, but I, and then lift, because also this lift, oh, that's fine, honey. Thank you for coming. So that lift also kind of gives an extra moment to the drama too. It's not like just like, and I'm done. So if you're like, I know what one did that. I sang La Vie aux Roses for some, Rose. But that's not how it ends. In French, she goes, oh, mon cœur qui bat. And then it's like, I'm still in it with you, you know, and then we release and then the song is done. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, do you have a song you could think of that has that ending?
Oh, just even in the in the middle of the phrases, but like
okay.
French, like if I'm singing Bésame mucho.
Sure.
Bésame.
Yeah.
Bésame mucho.
Uh-huh.
Those are the kind that don't, where I have the problem.
Okay. I think that's going to be a good tool, because watch this. That's what I do in the middle of anything. Like, because what happens is, and that's classical training with me, which I'm sure you also have. So it's like you inhale, we get all this lined up, whatever. We inhale. The singing is the exhale. And then there is no further exhale, right? So I'm done singing. I immediately breathe in because I want to be ready for whatever's happening next. The only time, like, even if I have a break, let's say that's the last thing and I take an instrumental break, I still breathe in and then release it and then take it back in. Because think about, like, sometimes we sing and there's like not time to breathe. So if we work that habit in, sometimes I feel on the wrong side, it's just in. And it feels overwhelming at first. Oh, Sherry, I see your question. I'll get to that second. It feels overwhelming at first because your body's not used to holding on to that much oxygen. But, and it feels almost like gross. You're like, ugh, you know, but that's been a huge help to me because I don't think about it anymore. I just like do it. I think about it more when it's like a hard thing, but, and I have let some of it go in my like pop times. Sometimes I don't do it anymore, but ideally I want to, because I'm always ready for the next thing. And then it's like, there is no time when it dips unless I want it to. I go, you know, you let it go. But that's definitely a tool I would try. I love that. It feels weird at first, but it's so worth it. And let me know how that goes. Okay. Question: when I record vocals at home, I think I'm singing on key, but when I listen back, some of the notes are pitchy. Is there a good? Okay. Can I tell you that I also feel that? I think it's because when we're in the booth, as it were, I have my little setup right there. We don't have any room acoustics that we would normally have when we sing. Like there's nothing ringing, there's nothing bouncing off the walls. It is the naked white tone of your voice, and that's like really jarring to hear. It's not the same as like when you listen back from something you sang into your phone or like a concert or something. It's like so naked, and so the only thing you really have to listen for is accuracy. And the bottom line is we're human beings. We're not going to be singing a 440 exactly at 440 all the time. Like we're not meant to be machines, right? So I think that, like, I just did a recording. I listened to it and it sounds pitchy to me. There's always going to be that. Like, I didn't realize until I started recording that I was like, I didn't realize I was an out of tune singer. You know, I just feel like that's some people are really like dead on more accurate, but I feel like we're just stripping away all of the beautiful parts of the ring of the voice that it sounds worse than it is. You know what I mean? Like
Can I give you
mathematically.
a tip?
Sure.
When you're recording vocals, always take one side of the earphones off your ear so that you can hear your voice.
Yourself. Yeah.
People are much more on pitch when you don't have both sets of the sides of the headset on your ears.
True.
Even people
Very
who
true.
are really good at pitch normally, if they cover both ears, they go pitchy.
Yeah, and you have to hear it in the room. But even if you've done that, even when I do that, I'm talking about like sense, you know what I mean? But like, okay, no, definitely do that. You have to hear it in the room. And also sometimes like when you're hearing, there's always like some sort of delay, right? Like you don't hear yourself in real time. You hear yourself like a fraction of a second late. So that's going to make you sing differently. But if you have this ear open, you hear yourself in real time and you can be more like proactive as opposed to reactive. But even so, like I say, try that. And if you still feel like that,
it's not, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, we have the perfection in our brains. And what we hear back is always like, ugh. Like Debbie and I were talking about this because I'm like, are you under the impression that once you're a professional singer, you don't feel this way anymore? And she's like, yes, I am under. Like, well, you would be wrong because all we do is pick apart our own selves.
Keep in mind that the recordings from the 50s, when they didn't have auto-tune, they're not in tune and they sound great.
Exactly. And they're in live.
You don't have to be in perfect tune to sound awesome. So don't judge yourself. Once you get, one ear so you can hear yourself, you may play it back and it sounds fine. When you look at the computer, it's going to tell you that it's off pitch. But if it doesn't sound off pitch to you, it may still be a great performance. Yeah. If you're doing pop music for radio, you're going to tune the heck out of it so it's perfectly in tune. But if you're doing, jazz or something else, you might want to keep it in a more natural tune. I'm also a music producer, so I spend a lot of time tuning vocals and not tuning vocals that sound better untuned.
I agree with that. Sometimes it does. You have to release the tuning, and so I really love to listen to old recordings like that because you hear the little flaws and it doesn't matter at all. Like a little bit of like a waver in the voice or like one quick note that was like not really in tune. But it's so exciting. It's like real, So I think that's part of it too. We have to release that need to be like mechanically perfect because that's not what we're built to do. But I do agree that if you can't hear yourself, it's like, okay, you know how sometimes you'll be watching like a really awesome singer, like recording artist that you love, and they'll be like way off and they'll say it's because their earpiece is out. And then you're like, you shouldn't need an earpiece to sing. Yes, you do. Like you have to be able to hear yourself. If you can't hear yourself, you can't regulate your pitch is in relation to what's playing around you, which may also not be perfect, but you have to match that. You know what I mean? So all of that, I think you're awesome. So I don't say, so yeah, give that a try and then see. And then also we all use a little tuning. I have Melodyne for that purpose. I have to tune a couple of things that I'm going to send back to my producer this week. Cause I'm like, and you know what I hate when passages have the same note over and like when you write a melody that's like repeated of one note. And then you're like, I sang this one 2 cents sharp, this one 5 cents flat, this one 13 cents sharp. How did that happen? They're all this, I just was going do. Everyone needs a lot of tuning because here's the bottom line. Like when you're in a band and you're playing with humans who are in a guitar with strings that you tune and, things that happen that are human, everything is slightly imperfect. And when you put those slightly imperfects together, you all kind of meld into your own thing. And that's beautiful. But when you're working with production, this is mechanically 440, this keyboard. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't need to be tuned. It's perfectly, these are exact octaves. But when you have an acoustic piano, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's gone out of tune just a little bit. So you can't put an organic instrument next to an electronic instrument without matching it. You know what I'm saying? like, because you're organic, you're always going to be organic. And then this music that they put is electronic. So you have to electronically tune yourself to match the electronics. It's not speaking to your talent or your musicianship or your ear at all. Like if you're saying I was a full half step flat, then we could talk about that. But I don't think that's what you're saying. It's just like very slightly, just to like really lock it into what the music is that you're doing. So I think you're good. I think you're great. And we all need a little tuning. And if you want to sing for me, I can tell you that. But I believe you. So anything else you want to talk about? Talk about recording. We talked about posture and breathing. We talked about listening to your voice. Oh, yes. I love any of those. That would be great. So, okay. It is 2:35. We can end a little bit early if no one else wants to talk about anything. And then we're going to come back Thursday at 8:00. And we will hear more singers. I like to like leave spots open, but I will also prep people to be alternates. Like Evelyn, if you want to sing Thursday, that'd be great. And I will make sure that there's enough people to fill the spots if we don't have them. So Thursday, and that will be the last free one, but there will be more opportunities for us to work together if you would like that. And so if no one wants to say anything or has any questions, we will end for today. Very inspired now. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Because everyone, like, the whole point is just to enjoy your life, right? We just want to enjoy what we're doing. We want to have fun. We want to do it to the best of our ability just because that's more enjoyable. It's not about beating everyone. I will say I went to a karaoke bar last night, which I don't usually do. But it was my friend's 40th birthday and we wanted to go there. And everybody was really good, actually, because it's one of these, like, I guess people come to, like, they don't come to play. They come to work. So I heard some really fantastic performances and I sang a little bit and someone got it on film. So I guess we'll find out if it was okay. And it was, you know, it's not a competition. We're just here together doing this. Competition is really made up and fake and put upon you so that you can be manipulated into doing someone else's agenda. And our agenda is to just have fun and all rise together. So that's what I'm trying to create here. This is why I want to do this. And I hope you will come back Thursday and or work with me again. And some of you I will see later this week. So thanks for coming. Feel free to check back in. This was so fun and interesting. Yay. Okay. Thank you, guys. This was great. I love doing these. So I hope we're adding this as a feature to the studio. So for my adults that join, they're going to get this feature, or you can just join to do the master classes without the private lessons, because honestly, my schedule is pretty booked. But, and then I'm going to be offering my like free spots to that group. That's where I'm going to pull my cancellations from. So if you are interested in anything like that, hit me up on the socials or if you have my email. And I will see you soon and have a great rest of your day. Okay. Bye. I'll stay on for a second in case anyone wants to say anything.
Just want to say thanks again.
Thank you. You're so amazing. I'm so glad to be subscribed for you now. I'm going to follow all your stuff.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Stephanie, I was trying to write to you, but I wrote to Kate instead.
Oh.
I don't know how to do that thing. But I just Kate, you were wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you write. I like that you write music and everything.
And show it to your grandkids, right?
Yeah. And then Stephanie, I wanted to tell you, it was great. I learned so much.
Oh, good. Yay. That's what I was thinking. Like, there's a lot of times like we don't have time to get to something, or it's like not as much of a priority for you, but that doesn't mean it's not good to incorporate.
Oh, yeah. No, wonderful. It's good. Good class. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get back into stuff in general. So this is helpful for me.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to keep coming, just let me know. We can talk about it.
No, absolutely.
I'm adding it as more because like I want it to be because like the funny thing is I have such a good relationship with all of my students, but then we get together and I'm like, hey, I know everyone in this room. And my students are like, hi, I know one person in this room. And I'm like, wait, oh yeah, you don't all know each other. So I would really love to have it be more of like a social part too, because then there's people who can actually like follow your progress. And like it's more important when people who know your journey, like say that was amazing. They know where you came from. And so it means more, you know? So I want to create that for the adults. I haven't done it for the kids because I just don't think they're going to slow down enough to, although the teens did come on and do it in August. So we'll see about that, but I'm going to start it at least with the adult students. And then we'll keep going. And then no matter what happens COVID-wise, we can all keep meeting back here. Yeah. And then a lot of people have moved. A lot of my students have moved and they check back in and like some of them stay on and we just do virtual.
That's cool. I'm gonna need that for sure.
Yay. Are you doing anything?
I'm gonna try out for a few things in the area.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah.
Wait, I heard the coolest thing yesterday and I thought of you because I know you play the tabla. Do you still do that?
Yeah, I do.
So, there was an Indian Scottish wedding. Did you see what I'm talking about?
No.
It was the sickest. They came out, it was like, and then the Indian drums getting, it was the coolest thing. And then they were dancing. It was the coolest thing that I have ever seen. So
Yeah.
I'll link you to it if you want. I was going crazy. And yeah, there was kilts and there was dancing. I was like, this is it.
Where did you see that?
It was on my Facebook, it was like a TikTok video, but I think I saw it on Facebook. I don't think I saw it on TikTok. Though I do
Google it on YouTube and it'll show up.
Yeah, if you put like Indian Scottish wedding, you'll probably see it. I just thought that was the most cool, and then they had like the bride and groom walk down, and it was such a moment. So yeah, and I was like, oh, one of those is probably that drum. And they did the drum with the hooky sticks.
Oh yeah, yep.
I love that. I don't know instruments that well. I'm a vocalist. But
I'll definitely reach out to you, Steph.
Okay.
I want to get back into. I need to get back into it.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much again.
All right. See you soon.
Bye.
All right, everyone. I am going to sign off, but I will see you very soon, and mwah.